Hi everyone, it's Ivan from Enchanted Healing. How are you all today? I'd like to share some thoughts on spirituality and how we can keep spirituality going in our everyday life and everything we do, from raising our family to work to even being around friends. One of the biggest things I notice as a spiritual healer, a medium, a psychic, a clairvoyant, is that when people start seeing and hearing what you do, you may find that people will start questioning you and pushing your buttons inside you. Maybe they may be trying to put you down. Either way, it will test your spirituality. Even when you start to go market yourself and promote yourself, you'll find it's going to go against some of your spiritual beliefs. Well, as a person, as a being, and we'll take spirituality out of all of this, follow your own inner guidance. If you want to react, go for it, but you know that is not a spiritual thing to do. But if you actually take time and stop before you react, that becomes an action. Therefore, it is a more of a spiritual practice for you. When you're marketing yourself, you've got to be aware that we basically go through a few programs when we market it. We're either in a win-lose or survival die. We need the money, we've got to have competition. Well, we don't have to do all that. We can still work in a spiritual way and understand that money will come and go because you are in control of everything that is around you, and we don't have to compete with other people. As soon as you bring in competition, you're going to step into the survival die, or basically the core level of win-lose, and therefore you're going to start putting pressure on yourself, which will take you out of your spiritual belief. Well, scrap spirituality. Go back to your own inner system. I'm going to repeat this many times as well. I'm going to talk about this because you cannot have a fluffy duffy belief that gets changed every month because someone else then questions what you do. How does it feel deep inside? If you're into selling items, how does it feel selling it? Is it sit with you? Are you being pushy when you're doing it? What is your alternative reason behind it? If you're working for yourself, what can you do to keep spirituality with you? You don't have to talk in that nice, beautiful, lovely little tone. You don't have to sit there and use all those words that the spirituality community throw around. You can just be you, but keep honest with yourself. Just be you. The reality we're in, this 3D world, this earth we live on, still needs you to be you. Raise your energy up. See things from a way different view. See the way you promote, market, sell, or do anything. Have a look at those things and how you react and change that. Bring it into an action, not a reaction. Reaction is an ego-based program. You just react. There's no thought. It's an instant thing. Thought, mindfulness, becomes a spiritual practice. So then as something happens to you from an external source, don't react. Take a step and have a look. Even if in your mind you're at work and something happens, you could be on the phone talking to a client or even a friend, and something happens in the conversation that you feel is not right. How about in your own mind, put up a hand and say, hang on, in your mind, just to stop you from reacting. And that becomes an action. And that action will bring you to more mindfulness. It'll be more awakened and more conscious. And I would rather be more awakened and conscious than a spiritual being, because there are a lot of spiritual people out there who are still far asleep. They're like your midnight snooze. They haven't woken up yet. I'm not saying that that's wrong, but you'll find that they'll keep bringing in all those practices that will make you start changing your own belief system. Even listening to me now, have a listen and sit there and go, you know, is he telling me the truth? Does this sit with me? So when you're at your work and you're a brickie and you're building the wall, be there building the wall. Not worrying about the weekend or what happened either weekend coming up or gone. Be there. If you've had an argument with your partner, just sit there and know that, okay, how can I resolve this situation within me? What have they done to me? So use this world we live in as a way for you to grow. But you have to look at yourself. You have to go to your heart and see and be honest with yourself. Why did I react that way? How can I bring my spiritual beliefs into this situation, but still being true to myself, still upholding my own moral radar? Have a look at where you were 5 years ago. See what you acted and how you were and what your belief system was then. And as you've become more mindful or spiritual and you've grown over this time frame, you'll find that the moral radar has changed. Your belief pattern has changed. It's expanded. So bring them into everyday life. Bring the spiritual belief, your mindfulness, your consciousness, bring them together. Bring them into the reality. Use this reality we're in. Use this earth, your family, your work, your colleagues, even the people at the shopping centres, at the football grounds. Just observe them. See how they're playing out their programs. Do you recognise that inside yourself? What a great way to learn about yourself. No need to point them out to anyone, because all that's going to do is get their back up. Just like asking someone who's yelling to calm down. They're only going to yell, and don't yell me to calm down. Well, stay true to yourself. Just look and observe. When you're at work, be mindful and be at work. When you're at home, be at home. It takes a bit of practice to do this because we're so caught up on doing everything else, but we forget the simple little things. At home, you're a spiritual being. At work, you're a spiritual being. If we are made from spirit and made from earth, and we're the in-between, this form we're in, we have to be spiritual all the time. But we have to be here all the time. And bring that knowledge around everywhere you go. Understand that everything you do in your life was created by you, and use that to grow with. The lessons are there if you want to see lessons. But that's just another spiritual concept. Everything you do, be mindful. How does it feel inside? If it doesn't resonate, don't do it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. See how you react then. And you'll find that the reactions become less. The actions become more. And the actions that become more purposeful. And therefore you're going to achieve a lot more than what you would if you reacted. How many times have you been told throughout your life, stop and think before you act? Well, how about if you stop, feel into it all, and then act on that feeling? If it hurts, look at why it hurts. If it brings you joy, look at bring you joy. We still need to go through those things. Everything around you will make you see what's going on, but you need to look at it. And there's the only way you're going to wake up more, become more spiritual in this reality. Becoming a light body and a light being and vaporizing and disappearing would be absolutely awesome if that's what you want. But you still got to remember, you're still in this body here. So until that happens to you, stay in the body and use everything you believe in through the world you're in. Someone abuses you, stay or go. Your choice. But come from a spiritual belief or your own moral system inside and how it is. But understand everything will be coloured by your eyes through your experiences. Take notice of how your body reacts. Bring that feeling into everything you do. That way, spirituality, home, work, life blends so much easier. When you try and separate them both, that's when it becomes a problem. You can't separate who you are, but you can step back and look at who you are. And when you step back and look at who you are, you will see exactly what we're talking about. Bring everything to the center. Stay focused on what your goal is. You know, people do vision boards, People write affirmations or lists, their bucket lists. People write all these things as a focus, as a tool. Your heart is the best tool you'll ever have. Follow that. It's the best compass you'll ever have. And just sit with everything and understand that when you step into your workplace or the environment you're about to go into, go in knowing you're a being of light, you're a being of love. Unlimited knowledge is there for you. Infinite possibilities are everywhere. We just have to see it and believe yourself. And then watch everything around you change. It has to, because you will now see things differently and you will react things differently. See how that goes. See if it resonates with you and what I've just spoken about. Most of all, love yourself always. And just be who you are right here, right now. Nowhere else. Thank you everyone. My soul to your soul. Bye.